with hips, knees, feet, any kind of knock knees, bowed legs, any kind of hip sits higher than the other, any kind of stuff like that. You'd notice that from posterior and anterior. Then with lateral, what you're going to notice is kyphotic posture. So she has a kind of a hump in her thoracic vertebra, or a lordotic posture where she has a caving in her lower back. With kyphotic, you have more of a forward neck, and with lordotic, you have more of a lean forward anteriorly. And then after posture assessment's finished, we'll go into a gait analysis. So what I'll have Megan do is we're going to have Megan stand and face the door, and she's going to walk to the door and walk back to me. And what I'm looking for is how she distributes her weight on her feet, any kind of asymmetries, is she limping, anything like that. So that's what we do from there. Also with scratch out. From there, we're going to range of motion. So from range of motion, what I'm going to have her do actively is have her do flexion of the trunk. So you're going to lean forward and try and touch your toes. I'm going to notice where her weight is distributed, if she humps, or if she can get all the way in the ground, all that kind of stuff. You're going to stand up, and then I'm going to stabilize your back. And if you can lean back as far as you can without falling over, good. And then we're going to do rotations. So she's going to stand and put your arms on your hips if you can. Actually, I'm going to stabilize here, and you're going to turn as much as you can one way, and then the other. Good. And that's rotation of the trunk. And then you're going to do lateral flexion. So hands at your side, you're going to lean down, touch one knee, good, and then the other. Perfect. So that was active, and then from there we could do resistive. So if you want to pop up on our handy dandy table, we lay on your stomach. To do resistive, you could stabilize the lower back and have her push up into my hand. Good. That was trunk extension. To do flexion, you could roll over on your back and do kind of a crunch. And so have her stabilize hips here, and you're going to have her push up, do a sit-up in your hand. And I'd resist. Good. And then as far as trunk extension, flexion, rotation, and rotation. So sit up there for me. And then for her to do rotation, what I'll do is have her try and push into my hand while I stabilize here. Good. And then stabilize here and push the other way for rotation. Good. And that will be resistive. Done with range of motion. From there, we go into the next stage of the evaluation, which is palpations. So from here, we will notice any parts of pain, where she's feeling pain at. As far as bony landmarks, we lay on your back. Yeah. You can notice major bony landmarks like iliac crest, iliac tubercles up here, ASIS right here. Roll on your side of the face, shake over there. Get her to feel the greater trochanter, have her rotate just like that, greater trochanter, and then feeling your stomach. Perfect. And then to get the spine, feel in from the iliac crest, find the L4, L3, L2, L1, off the back. And then as far as muscles go, you have your paraspinals right here. You have your gluteus maximus, medius, and minimus in here. You roll on your side again, it's funny. And then to find the sciatic nerve, you find the greater trochanter and the ischial tuberosity, and find right in between and push it. And you notice you find it when you see Megan's face do that. Other muscles, we lean backward, would be rectus abdominis, obliques, external, internal, and transverse. And then as far as attachments on the ASIS, you have your go the same way the other way. Good. And with this, you'd notice if there's any kind of pain while doing this within the facets or along the vertebral column, that indicates a positive test. Things like spondylolisthesis and spondylolysis. I don't think I said it right, but we'll go with it. And then we'll do sciatic. So if you want to sit up here, we'll do, first one we'll do is a tension. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring Megan's knee up to 90 degrees. Find your popliteal space, make sure hip and body are at 90 degrees. And what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to raise her leg up until I can get her, try to get her as close to extension as I can, and then with tension here. This is stretching out the sciatic nerve, and you're going to feel pain from the sciatic. And it basically depends on the degree and how high you can get her. Pain is obviously a positive sign. Another one that we can do is the straight leg raise. So what I'll do is I will passively raise her leg and do a straight leg test. If you can get to 70 degrees, that's typically the average without pain. If you have sciatic problems, you're going to have pain before you get to 70 degrees. So with this, as soon as they start to feel pain, if you bring them back down and then come back up, you're going to try and put them in a dorsiflexion and then raise them up and see how much pain you have and what degree you have her raise. So that's that. And then we'll go to SI testing, which we will go and we'll start with Gainsland's test. So with Gainsland's test, it's kind of like the figure 4, or not the figure 4, the Thomas Kendall, but you're going to do it side lying on the table. So what I'm going to have you do is put your butt up to the table as best you can, and then you're going to lean, actually grab this, sorry, yep, that's good. Grab that leg and lean back, don't fall off the table, perfect. And what you're going to do is you're going to push down and see what kind of pain she's feeling and whether it's through the SI joint or if you have, I mean, obviously being that it's like the Thomas Kendall, you're probably going to get some hip irritation as well. So just seeing what kind of pain you have from there. If you have SI joint pain, it indicates an SI joint pathology. And the other test, if you lay up here on your back for me, is the Faber's test. Don't break your table. So with Faber's, what you're going to do is put them into a figure 4 position. You're going to, what's up there? You're going to press down on, stabilize the hip here, and press down on her knee. From this, you're going to see if there's any kind of SI pain along with this as well. Pain obviously is a positive test. We can do disc. With disc, we'll do the swamp test. Alright, so right here, we're going to do the slump test first. What Megan's going to do is we're just going to have her slump over. Perfect. So now she's compressing the disc. Put your chin to your chest. I'm going to add slight pressure to her head. And what she's going to do is I want her to extend her leg and see where she has pain with this. If there's no pain at all, we're going to try and have her dorsiflex and see if that adds any pain, no pain at all. And from there, this would indicate compressed disc because you're adding pressure as she slumps over. Another one that you can do is the Valsalva test, which what you'd have her do is take in a deep breath, and what I'm going to have her do is cough so that she increases the internal pressure. Let's go ahead and cough. And then after this, what she would do is notice if there's any kind of pain along, any kind of radiating pain that comes from any of the disc at any point in the spine. stretch through that